Doing pinto beans today. They are already cleaned, washed off, and put water above so that when it starts boiling, don't ever let the water run out. Check every 30 minutes. I'm gonna boil for about 2 hours. And so I'm gonna throw in a whole onion. And in my bowl, here's my seasonings. I have 1.5 tablespoons of pepper, 1.5 tablespoons of cumin, 2 garlics, and a cube of chicken bouillon, which equals 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon. I'm throwing it all in. I'm gonna bring it to a boil. I'm gonna let it boil for 4 hours, and then we'll come back. Okay, so these are gonna be the meats that I'm gonna be using. I have this chorizo. Now, for those of you that don't know, chorizo does have a plastic over it, like a sheath. So all I'm doing is just opening it up, and that way I can get it out. And so this is what it looks like. This is a beef one, it's not pork. And so you can use sausage, or you can use wieners, like Oscar Mayer wieners. And then bacon. And so for the bacon, I'm going to be chopping it up really small. So I have sausage and bacon that I'm getting ready to cut up and cook before I put it in the pinto beans water. I'm cutting the bacon in small little strips like this, or small little squares, right? And then for the sausage, what I decided to do is to cut it in half. And then to cut it like this. And I'm just using our local H-E-B market, H-E-B beef sausage. Now, some people can use, some people like to use sausage, some people like to use wieners. So wieners, like Oscar Mayer wieners, it's up to you. Also, I got the sausage, the chorizo. That is a beef chorizo. So all together, the meats are going to be the chorizo, the bacon, and the sausage. And I'm also going to be cutting up some short ribs. It's going to be small. So I'll cook the bacon first, then I'll cook this, then I'll add the chorizo and the sausage. Okay, so right now I'm just throwing in the bacon. I'm going to cook it till it's nice and crispy, and then I'll throw in the sausage afterwards. Okay, so all I'm doing is making it nice and crispy, and then I'm going to be throwing in the short ribs. It's almost there. Leaving in the grease so that the meat can cook in the grease, the short ribs. And I got short ribs with a bone because the bone gives it flavor. There's only 3 pieces on the short ribs. I know it looks like a lot, but it's not that much. I'll be putting salt, pepper, and chili powder. Fill up on your salt. As you can see, the meat is almost done. Once it's done, I will drain the juice or the oil, right? And then I will throw in the chorizo. Okay, so now the meat has been totally cooked. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in with my bacon on the side, and then once I'm done with all the meats, and I'll put in the vegetables, and then we'll go from there. I'll show you what I'm doing after that. I'll put the meat and all the bacon and the chorizo with the sausage. I'll put it in with the beans. Okay, so I just added the chorizo. I removed all the short ribs since they were cooked. Once the chorizo is cooked, I'll add the sausage. Okay, so I'm adding in the sausage so it cooks with the chorizo. The chorizo was already cooking. I cooked it for a good 4 or 5 minutes. And now I'll cook the sausage. And then once I'm done with the sausage, I'll mix in all the meats with my beans. My beans, as you can see, they're boiling. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the chorizo with the sausage. All I'm doing is just pouring it in. And then I'm gonna be pouring in the meats. I was thinking that was hot. Let me get my... All right, here's my bone with the meat and the ribs, the bacon, and be careful when you pour it in because it will come back at you. All right, so just mixing a little bit. Okay, so I'm using the same oil that I cooked the chorizo on because it has that that oil, and that way the onions can cook. And my goal is for the onions is for them to be translucent. And I got some white onion, and I also got some green onion in here. Okay, so my onions are now translucent. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in the tomatoes now and the cilantro all together. I'm going to heat them up nice and heated, and then I'll throw them in the beans as well. So now I am putting in all the ingredients, which is the onion, tomatoes, and cilantro. Okay, so I got 2 of the baconettes, chicharrones. That's what I'll be adding in now. And then I'll get the spoon to mix it in. And you can hear how hot it is because you can hear the chicharrones. They're like sizzling. Okay, so here is the final product. The beans are soft, and you can see what they look like when they're fully cooked. It has the sausage, the chicharron, and the meat.